Good afternoon, guys, and happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces. So guys, I was planning on actually doing today's vlog about all of the dinners that I was making tonight for the rest of the week. I don't have to because I already made them all. I finished them all in like under 2 hours, guys. To be honest, it was probably like an hour and a half that I ended up doing them. I actually cleaned the fridge out before we went to the grocery store. Then we got back, I put everything away, and then made the dinners, which I ended up making 6 dinners, I believe, and I had 1 left over from last week. So I actually have 7 freezer dinners in the freezer outside. I think the reason it actually didn't take so much time this week was because I wasn't doing any breakfasts. We already have like 4 leftover breakfast burritos, and we have, I think, 7 leftover breakfast sandwiches from last week, and we also have all the smoothies. Nobody had any smoothies at all, so we still have plenty of breakfast stuff left over. And I do have a thing of pork sausage that I'm going to use and make some breakfast burritos maybe like later in the week or next week possibly, but I do need more tortillas for that as well. And I also need rice too, because we're doing like a teriyaki pork chop thing, so I need some rice for that too. So we do have to run back out to Aldi's, but overall, guys, I did really good this week. And we had a 3-pound bag of like frozen chicken breast, and so I decided I was going to do 2 like soups kind of and work that out that way. So I found it actually in the outside freezer and was like, that's perfect, I'll make 2 extra ones in addition to this week. And one of the recipes that I was making actually doubled. So that is what I did. I'm done cooking for the week already. Everything's out in the freezer. I can be happy and relaxed, and I'm going to watch the Olympics now. I was gonna edit a vlog. I don't know if I'll get to one today, only because my MacBook is actually charging right now because I had it in the kitchen with me while I was cooking. But guys, I'm just happy I got this all done before like midnight tonight, which is only like 8-ish or something like that right now, and so I can kind of relax a little bit. Well, it's about 11 o'clock, guys. I'm gonna actually take a shower and head to bed. Yeah, like I was telling you guys, I got all the dinners and stuff done, and then we just watched a little bit of the Olympics, which I think the women's gymnastics was on earlier, and then it was just on again like now. I think they like re-aired it or something like that, because I already knew kind of like what had happened earlier. Well, not entirely what had happened, but I knew that it wasn't like listed on my thing as being live or whatever. And so we watched that, and then we also watched the swimming too, which I don't know if that was actually live or not either. I think it was possibly from earlier today, but I'm like 90% sure the women's gymnastics was, because my dad said that he knew what had already happened like earlier today. So yeah, guys, but I think we currently have the most medals overall, I believe. At like one point today we were like 3rd overall or something like that, but yeah, we only have like 3 gold medals I think right now. 2 were in swimming, and 1 was from the was from yesterday. It was air rifle shooting or something like that. I don't know, I didn't see that one, but I did see the interview with the lady who got that first gold medal for the US. I was like, that's so cool. So I saw that. And then 2, I think it was the women's, one of the women's swimming. I don't remember which one it was. And then also 2, the men's, what is that race, relay race or whatever it was in the pool. You guys know what I'm talking about. We got a gold in that. I'm not sure what the rest of them were, any of the other silvers and bronzes or anything like that, but yeah, that's just, I guess, my little update for you guys today. But yeah, we did watch the basketball yesterday, the men's basketball. I guess the women's basketball, I looked today's women's basketball scores. The US women's basketball team was the only one that scored over 100 points. I was like, wow, like they scored 127, I think, or something like that. Every other team, I think the other closest was like 70 something or something like that. I was like, nobody else was like even close to like over 100. I think super happy actually that I'm not going to bed really late tonight. Well, I mean, it's 11 o'clock, but I gotta take a shower and then I'm gonna go to bed. But I'm kind of happy that I'm not going to bed really late, only because my friend is actually going, we're gonna go walking tomorrow morning, and so I've got that to look forward to. My allergies again, guys. Allergies all of a sudden again, guys, too. Been really bad. I'm sorry, guys. Today and yesterday's vlog have kind of been a little off regular scheduled programming should continue tomorrow, hopefully, guys, because yesterday I was telling you guys about having to take that stupid test, and it took me so long, and, you know, I've kind of been out of it a little bit today, like, because I was, like, doing nothing yesterday, you know, and it was just, like, oh, it was really boring. And, like, not even boring, but it was like, you know how there's, like, all kinds of memes and stuff like that, like, you know, how the teacher teaches you one thing in school, and then you learn, you know, something completely different is on the test. I'm not joking, guys. That's literally how it was. Like, and I wasn't, like, that type of person that really found those memes funny, because that never really happened to me in school. Like, normally, for the most part, my teacher, what they taught in class was exactly what you saw on the test. Like, there was never any surprises or anything like that. Like, what they gave us was what we got. And so I never really found those that funny. I was like, well, that's never really happened to me, I guess. But this test was, like, exactly that. Like, all of the words would be completely changed around, like all of the phrases and stuff like that that they use, or the terminology that they use, were not even the exact same terminology that they use, like in the video or in the readings. And you're like, what? Representations that they were using didn't make sense. And you're like, what? And like Matthew even too, who is currently playing football and teaching football, had a hard time with some of those questions. I was like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And so, like, it's it's very confusing, I think. I mean, my dad, too, who's played football for a super long time. I don't even know how long he played, you know, in high school or whatever. And then, too, you know, has been coaching since Matthew was in flag, so you guys figure how long that's been, you know, since I think he was in 2nd grade or whatever, and he's now a sophomore, or going to be a junior in high school. Been coaching for that long, and he actually had trouble with it, too. Like, some of the questions, it's just the terminology and the way they word things doesn't make sense. So, I'm not the only one that was really frustrated about that, but it was just like that, just sitting there all day yesterday and having to do this long, agonizing test that half the stuff didn't even make sense about, was just kind of frustrating. And so today, that I actually did have a day, I mean, I was making my list for a good portion of the day, too, to go to the grocery stores. Then we went to the grocery stores, I cleaned out the fridge, I did the dishes, I, you know, cleaned up the kitchen and everything like that, so I had room to actually, like, make all the stuff. Then I made all the stuff, and it's all in the freezer now. But, too, guys, I also made this little thingy over here as well. You guys, I was kind of getting frustrated because some of the stuff in the fridge, like the strawberries or whatever, they don't always stay good for, like, a whole week. Sometimes they'll go bad, like, you know, a day or two, sometimes even 3 days. I mean, you kind of gotta watch them before they'll start going bad, and you have to pretty much throw them away. And so I was getting frustrated because I buy this stuff like strawberries, I buy plums, and the plums would be all squishy and, you know, like falling apart and stuff like that in the fridge. And I was getting frustrated because I was like, people, like, there's food in here that nobody's eating. So I made this little thing here, as you guys can kind of see, and it has snacks. And my handwriting's horrible, but kind of just like that's what I want it to be. It's going to be like a little thing of, you know, like the different stuff that's actually in the fridge that people can have, like strawberries, plums, peaches. So if they do want things, like Matthew was even saying too, he was like, oh, I didn't know there was juice in the fridge. I was like, well, that's because nobody ever looks in the fridge. Like, when they're hungry, they don't look to the fridge first. They normally look to the snack cabinet. But I was like, there's stuff in the fridge that you guys could be eating that's healthier for you, like grapes and cuties and nectarines and, you know, all kinds of other stuff. But nobody goes ahead and looks in there, you know. So I was like, well, how can I convey this well? So that's what I did. I ended up making that. It was a little just wipe off board my mom got, and was kind of just like falling all over the place. We had it over there and it fell, so I got some sticky tape and put it on the, well, tape is normally sticky anyway, but I stuck some tape to it and then stuck it to the fridge, and that way I can just kind of wipe it down every week, or when things are gone, like if somebody finishes off the strawberries, I can just wipe the strawberries off. You know, there's still plums and grapes in there too. So that was kind of the idea for that, but I thought it was kind of like a smart idea, especially because sometimes you don't know what's in the fridge, especially if you're like us and you have stuff that almost is falling out of the fridge because you have so much of it, but it's not all for eating really, like the stuff that I need to make for dinners and whatnot, like steamed cauliflower and broccoli. That's more of a like dinner side kind of thing than like a snack, I guess. So that's why. But sometimes there's just so much stuff in there you don't even want to look through it, you know. And so it's easier just to go grab a Pop-Tart or something like that than to grab a cutie or whatever. So that's why that's a little snack thing. Because like Jack and Matthew grab like apples and stuff like that constantly because they're always on the kitchen table, but they won't go in the fridge to get anything. So I thought pretty pretty smart idea, guys. I mean, my brain was kind of working a little bit there to figure that out, but yeah, I just thought it was a fun idea. I thought I'd pass it along to you guys too, if you're kind of in the same situation where sometimes you or your kids or whatever, you know, don't know what's in the fridge. You can kind of just leave it on there and change it once a week or whenever stuff gets used up or you buy more stuff or whatnot. And then I was thinking about putting too on there, like that there is juice in there and stuff like that too, because like they'll go get pop out of the closet because they know where the pop is, but you know, if we don't normally have juice in the fridge, like specific juice, like we'll have apple juice or whatever in the closet too, like fruit punch juice and stuff like that in there too, which again is better than like having pop or something like that instead. So I was thinking about putting that on there too, and just kind of like letting people know if there's something special in the fridge that normally isn't in the fridge, to put it on there so everybody knows what's in the fridge. I am going to take a shower and head to bed. One, because I gotta get my hair washed. My hair has been crazy, honestly, guys. I just pulled it up, actually. I washed it not yesterday but the day before that, and I just pulled it up, and then I was like, you know what, I don't even want to deal with it, so I just put it in a bun over this weekend, and I am like, okay, it needs to be washed again, because hair, it's been like standing up, and I don't even know too, I have like all these little flyaway hairs that are like all over the place, and nothing was like sticking to anything, and so I was like, what is the problem with my hair? It was frustrating me, guys. So I need to just wash it and hopefully like get a new start on it, because now it's all like up in a bun. I can't take it down now because now it's gonna be all weird and whatnot. But Bliss is sleeping in the hallway over here. What are you doing? Looks like a bearskin rug. Your Bliss skin rug. Well, why don't you just give me scary eyeballs then, Bliss? You look annoyed at me. Alright. But I will talk to you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give it a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe. And I will talk to all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys. You guys want to know what I was doing? What I was doing all day today? Literally, I had to officially, because I told you guys earlier in the week, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna kind of like be there at football practices and stuff like that, and like I'm not officially coaching or anything like that. I am a legit official assistant coach this year. Like legit, like background check and coaching application, coaching certification kind of thing. All that stuff had to get done by Monday. I decided to do it today. Now, the background check is super easy. It'll take like less than 5 minutes probably. Yeah, this certification, I actually did the coaching application like last week or something like that, or earlier in the week, like Wednesday or Thursday or something like that, when I actually was like, I want to coach, or Tuesday maybe it even was.